Fire Bro is in the house. Fire Bro, my brother. How's it going, man? So happy to see you here. We're going to be getting this going here in just a second. Robert Pena's in the house. Brother, what's going on? Raider Dangerfield is up in here. What's going on, brother? Nick 209's up in the house. What's up, Nick? All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Night of the Shield. I'm Jason Smith, a.k.a. The Knight. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and do me a favor right now. Go ahead and hit that like button. I know everybody's been waiting, so let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off, man. We already know what the topic is, and I'm really trying to figure out how to approach this. I know people have already been asking in the chat and, bringing up Antonio Brown. Somewhat similar. He was mentioned in some tweets as well. Just, I don't know. I guess I'm just tired of the Shield being a target. And it's funny because it's not even the organization that's making this a target. I know it seems that way, right? I know there's been drama lately, and it's very easy just to start pointing fingers and saying this, that, and the other third. But I'll tell you one thing right now, and I think it was Raider Dangerfield that was mentioning in the chat. I just hope the guy's okay. There's something going on. There's something going on. I'm not here pointing fingers. I'm not going to be that guy that's pointing fingers. Not going to be the dude. All I know is that everything was fine until it wasn't. And I think this goes deeper than someone not being able to get into the facilities. Just my initial thought, right? The thing that's really irritating me about the Shield being a target is the way that, because it is Raider fans that are doing it, not all, obviously, right, that are using this as an opportunity. I've listened to a lot. Unfortunately, I don't have time like I used to. I'm working in 8 to 5. I do have stuff playing in the background, but I have a job to do. I have things I need to overlook all the way up until 5. Right now, I'm training for an event that happens in November. And I don't have time just to get on like I used to and react that way. Nor in this situation would I, because there's not enough facts. I mean, I could sit here all day and talk about the past of the head coach, the past of the player. There's not much of a past for the GM. Actually, he has a really good reputation from guys like Tyler Lewan, who he mentored and actually got him to graduate and gave him an opportunity to attend college and make it to the NFL. So I think this goes deeper than everything, right? And I understand how this stuff works. And I'm one of those guys that can actually come on here and talk about monetization and making money, because I could have been monetized years ago. I can continue to make content. I could do the same thing, and I don't. I don't because I want to earn the respect of not only the Raider Nation, but just anybody that's into sports and looking for people to review news, because that's obviously what I do. That's why I called it the Las Vegas Raiders News Review, is because I'm reviewing news. I'm not breaking news. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just reviewing what we know. And right now, we don't know much. Now, I do know that we know enough to report on it. We know enough to come in here and have a conversation briefly about it. But this has turned into something I can create a whole show around if I wanted to and just keep this thing going and going and going, when in actuality, there's no facts. Let me go see what we got. Yeah, it was Robert Pena that was asking if Chandler Jones was all right. What's up, Robert Pena? Yeah, me too, man. I know a lot of people don't like what he did last year, but people don't understand that he did a really good job. I mean, did he get the sacks we wanted him to get? No. Did he get the sacks that he wanted to get? No. But that guy balled out. It took him a while to get going, but, I was expecting a lot more from him this year, 100%, but that just didn't happen. Right back at you, Cool Gift, 79. 75. My bad, bro. It's my voiceover. Once again, for those who don't know, I'm legally blind. I'm using voiceover and an AirPod in my ear on another device reading the chat, so just bear with me. Salute to everybody in the chat tonight. What's going on with Chandler, we just don't know. That's the whole thing. Now, there's speculation that he went on a binge and he went on a party, which is possible. He has that background, right? But I'm not going to sit there and pin that on the guy right away. Let's talk about possible scenarios, realistic possible scenarios, and that is one. So realistic situation number one. He went out, he had too much to drink. Maybe someone slipped him something. Maybe he decided to take something, and he just went on a rage. Second thing would be, maybe he was told, a lot like another player last year, that he was going to be second fiddle moving forward, that he wasn't going to get the snaps that he once was, and then maybe that rubbed him a different way. Maybe his injury and his time off was more than what we thought. Reports about him reporting that they called his ex-baby mom or his baby mama. Maybe they were calling his baby mama to check on him. Maybe there was a voicemail. Maybe there was something else that was being reported, and they wanted to make sure that he was okay because of his past. I'm going to tell you one thing that doesn't make sense. The narrative that Josh McDaniels is the only one to blame for any of it, if it is the Raiders that are being weird, I don't see that. Rodder Dangerfield, what's up? Salute to you, brother. People make it sound like this is an easy job, and it's not. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made for veterans when they start to peak out. Last year, the decisions that were made, the only bad decision that was made last year, in my opinion, was they did it in a manner where we didn't get enough value back, and in some cases not at all, then maybe we could have. So we can get mad and say, why did you give Waller a contract? Why did you give DC a contract? Why would you go out and give Chandler Jones that much money? Or you could say, hey, thank you for taking this job, and thank you for actually giving a dang and actually coming out here and making the effort to possibly come in and start winning right away. It didn't work out. They were able to get rid of 1, 2, and there was actually more because they got rid of Abram. There was, again, they could have came in here and blew up the whole team right off the way. So we're rebuilding from the get-go, and they didn't. And now we find ourselves in, I believe, a much better situation. Now, this Chandler Jones situation doesn't help us, but this doesn't seem like a bad personnel situation where Josh wasn't respecting his players. It doesn't seem that way whatsoever. If anything, it would lean more towards the side of entitlement, which we had a few players last year that took on that role of, I'm going to be Mr. Entitled. Look, until we get the facts, I don't know what 100% to believe or not to believe, but here's the one thing I do know. For once, we have a regime in here, and Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, and Champ Kelly, backed up by an organization that's saying we are tired of being a carousel of talent that pays out millions of dollars just to be used and abused. There's a set of rules and a standard that has been set that has not been here since Al's early days. Al has such a standard and a morality to him that he benched Marcus Allen. He benched Marcus Allen. You have to have a no-nonsense regard when it comes to players that make millions of dollars. The real ones, they continue to play and fight through any situation until the opportunity comes. Look at Devante. Devante left Green Bay. It wasn't pretty, but it wasn't like this. I'm sure if Jones wanted to, and he just wanted out for the simple fact of he wants out, that he did not. It's already been reported. Just a day or two ago, he spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on sunglasses for the same people that a lot of people are saying are doing him dirty. Why would they do him dirty after buying him thousands of dollars of sunglasses? Or those sunglasses are a gift, kind of like you would bring home flowers to the wife. Or in some cases, when you have millions of dollars, you buy them new diamond rings because you got caught. You messed up. And maybe that's one of the other scenarios, right? And maybe the regime's like, we don't need your glasses, bro. We get paid well, too. There's so many things. And obviously, I'm leaning towards the side of player. And I'll explain my case here in a minute. Get down. Combo. Ash, what's up, brother? Dark is in the house. What's up, brother? Salute. Hit that like button. Thank you, Dark, so much. Hey, here's sometime next week, once I start figuring this stuff out better, I'm going to start making some mods. So I really appreciate everybody being here. I'd like to make some mods early, especially those that are taking the time to join my lives. I appreciate it. Raider John's in the house. Stay tuned. One day coming really soon, probably within the next 3 days, I'm bringing Raider John on. Me and Raider John are going to kick back and have a Raider conversation, do a Denver Bronco breakdown. I need to hang out with my brother. Yeah, I mean, there's something like when you have something like blowing up like he does, and he was mentioning what he did. I'll go ahead and get into why I explained it, Chandler. And I'm not going to sit here and speculate that he was all drugged out or anything. I think that maybe he reacted to some news in a certain way or whatever happened. Maybe it was drugs. I'm not going to put that on anybody, though, right? But he went on this total rage, this total social media. I hate social media for that. I really do. Went on this total rage and just started just dropping all these dimes, right? AB, Alden Smith, two guys you don't want to bring up in a fight. I'm just saying, like when it comes to team disputes, especially on this franchise. And he did it to throw a shade at Raider Nation, just my opinion. Because what would McDaniels? I know there was some history there with AB, but seriously, come on. That was uncalled for. But the first sign of guilt for me is when somebody, regardless who it was, tells you to take it all down, and you take it all down, and he gets wiped. Now, of course, there's screenshots. All the stuff lives. It never goes away. Once it hits the interwebs, it never goes away, right? So all the stuff exists, but he took it all off, right? Then reports are coming out that they restructured Jimmy G on top of it, and now he's getting traded, and we're going to make a big splash. Everything's got to be a big splash, right? Well, we freed up some money, so now we're getting ready to make a really big move, and it can never just be, just let it be, let everything play out. Everybody's got to just get all freaked out, and I'm going to turn on my camera, and I'm going to get a bunch of views, and I'm going to start pointing fingers at people. And at the end of the day, we just don't know. These are people, I mean, hey, they might make millions of dollars. They might have chose to be in this profession the same way that we choose to be on this. You know, I come on here, and I state my feelings, my opinions, and if I'm wrong, hey, dude, I got to own it, dude. Like, you guys could hit me up in the chat and just be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, opinions are opinions, facts are facts. And I'm basing most of my stuff off opinion, and if I'm wrong, because it's not factual at the end of the day, I got to live with it. I choose to be on here. I choose to go live in front of all of you and speak my mind freely. I got to live with that. Same with everybody else. I'm not here for a cash grab. I'm not. And that doesn't mean I'm not here to make money. I'm not saying that. Because I'm the first one to tell you, yeah, eventually, I just don't want to make money. I need to make money. Big shout out to Independently Blind. We had our first independently blind support mentoring group this weekend at a barbecue. I had 4 high school students show up. Next time, I hopefully to get a few more. It went really, really well. I was able to change a kid's life, and I'm stoked, dude. Like, that's what I do it. And eventually that's what I want to make this channel help support. Not anything crazy. You know, I want to put a lot of effort into helping some of these, and not just kids. I want to open it up to everybody. But my main focus, my main target right now is high school kids. And there's a story behind that we can get into later. But so I'm not against anybody making money. Trust me, I'm here to do it. And I'm not shying away from that. But I also feel like before I start making money off anything, I got to prove to myself that I'm going to recommit to this, right? So if Chandler Jones is having an issue physically or mentally, he's got to prove to himself and recommit himself now too, right? Maybe he messed up. Maybe he had a fallback, right? So you restructure your deals. Jimmy G restructured his deal. All that's irrelevant. Now, I didn't verify this before coming on, but I've heard a lot of reports about him possibly unfollowing the Raiders. Okay, so what? You don't need to follow the Raiders to be a player. But him unfollowing supposedly Max Crosby lets me know that this guy is not there mentally. He's just not there mentally. And, maybe Max reached out. I'm sure he tried. Maybe something was said or he's taking offense that Max tried to take a side. I don't know. Again, this is all speculation, something I don't want to do. But at the end of the day, that's what we're left with. That's where I feel like I've been pinned. I would have loved just to come on here and be like, let's focus more on Denver, which we will starting tomorrow, which I had planned to anyway, is make it for tomorrow. But I had to come on and bring this because it is news, and I am going to review the news, but I'm more upset at the narratives. I'm more upset about the narratives. I've told everybody, you guys got to be able to stand your own. Number one, there's trolls. We can't help it. They exist. They're going to be on every channel. They're going to be on every video, every Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They're all over the place, and they're looking for reaction. They're looking for you to react to something that they say. They may not even be Raider fans, just for the record. And because we have such a large following on social media, a very loud following, ones that will reply, that will turn on their cameras, make videos and such, then they're going to push those buttons. Those are out there. Then there's the other ones that understand what this has become. And this is where I have the Raider shield on the thumbnail. I'll bring it up real quick right now, just in case you missed it, which I highly doubt you did. But that's why I have the crosshairs over the Raider, because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. That's what they make this. That's what some fans are doing. They're putting our shield in the crosshairs for views because they know that it's a hot topic, very hot topic, because people follow drama. People want drama. They want all the negative energy, and they could feed off it. So it's easy to come on here, and I've watched plenty of people today, plenty of people that handle themselves like in a professional way, came on here, they talked about, they speculated, but they said at the same time, hey, I hope it's none of it. I hope it's just a misunderstanding. I hope, things got a little heated, maybe a little bit emotional. It happens. They could work it out, talk it out, and we can move on. I've seen a lot of that. But I also seen the flip side of people just being like, no, it's got to be one, not the other. And the negativity just kept going and going and going, because that's what people want, because they know they're going to get. Look, some people got their whole channel based off the negativity part of the Raiders. And in the same breath, they said, I've been a diehard Raider fan my whole life. I'm optimistic till I'm not. I was called out on that by a follower of this channel that comments a lot, and he calls me out on stuff. He calls me out on things, and I listen, because sometimes I can get rambling, and I might say something that I might want to open my mouth and insert foot. And he called me out about my whole optimism and reality stuff that I do. And he was like, hey, you're one of those guys, dude. And I'm like, well, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. The whole point of optimism and reality is be optimistic. I'm a fanatic, dude. I'm a fan. I'm going to be optimistic. I've tried to stay away from being positive. all the dang time, but we haven't played a real game yet. That's just days away. And if there's going to be any negativity, trust me, I will talk negative when there's something to talk negative about, but only to my own understanding. I'm not going to overly create something or create a lot of speculation, negative speculation, to fire everybody up, to fuel the trolls, just to get clicks. I won't do it. If I'm going to come on here and I come on here after the Denver game and I say Jimmy G is trash and we need to move on, I had better have a really darn good reason why I think after one game that I think Jimmy G is that trash. Or if I don't feel like this defense performed at a level where it should have performed, that I want to pull the plug on this defense and say this whole season's a while, I better have a really good reason after one game that they can't rebound at all and at least win 8 games. Because the reality is, if we want to show progress and that we're heading in the right direction, at minimum we got to win 8 games. And I'm not going to know that after week 1. But everything that has happened up until today, because I'm going to be honest with you, losing a Chandler Jones would be huge at this particular time. And it's not to say Tyree's not worth it or Kuntz can't step up. Maybe that's the opportunity Kuntz needs. Maybe Kuntz showed Shuman, that's why they're mad. Maybe they want to start Kuntz, and he's like, what? Who knows what happened? Who knows what was said? But I promise you, both those guys are not ready to take Chandler Jones yet. Chandler Jones still has something to give to this football team. He gives us that extra boost we need. We need him on this football team. And I'm not saying that we can't live without him, but we are much better with the guy. So anybody who thinks that we could just move on from a Chandler Jones because he's 33, there's got to be more of a reason to it than that for me. It does. I mean, there's a lot going on. We definitely need to wait till more info comes out to know for a fact. I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you. He may get released. He may not. It all depends on what the situation is. If it's substance abuse, he may get suspended. We may not have no choice. Thank you, Dart. Yeah, I got everybody that wants to be a mod. They just let me know. Look, I'll get as many as I can. I know who's been here. I recognize a lot of the names. Dark, trust me, you're on that list. Robert Pena's on if they want. Robert Pena. I'm not going to just make mods. I will ask before I do it. I just visually got to set it up. In fact, after I'm done ranting, I guess what this video is going to be about, then I want to try something because I have something here. I want to try it with some chat stuff, but. What's up, Callie, bro? Yeah, man. Me and John go way back. We've been trying to link up. I've been busy, and he sent me a photo from Bosa Chica, me and him next to each other when we met for the first time, and I was like, dang, okay, bro. Yeah, let's get this going, man. I miss hanging out with that dude. Thank you, Ash. You know, most people do. They might deliver it differently, but there is a few out there that just feel like they got. There's two things, right? Either they're purposely being negative because they want the clicks, or they feel like we live in a world, in their defense too, because I'm going to defend them just as much as all the other crap too. We live in a world where we're told that all of a sudden, if there's drama, if there's something that happens, that we immediately have to pick a side. You know, don't we believe in a law as we're innocent until proven guilty? Both men are innocent until one gets proven wrong, and then we can make our decision on how we're going to feel about the situation after that. So in my opinion, you know there's going to be somebody that's wrong, right? You already know that that's going to come out eventually. But in my mind right now, until I have more facts, there's not enough to base it on. Now, if I was a detective, an investigator, yeah, dude, I'm the first person I'm bringing in for questioning is Chandler Jones. I'm just being honest, right? Because he's the one that's going out there tweeting. Raiders ain't saying nothing. Nobody's saying nothing. There's rumors. No one's saying where they're just shutting it down. So whatever happened, they're trying to get it under control, and they're trying to do the right thing. But they're, in my opinion, they're trying to make the right move themselves and get all the facts, find out what's really going on, assess the situation as a whole. And it sounds like to me that they want, first and foremost, they're trying to make sure the guy's all right. And until proven wrong, both of them they're just handling their business at this point. I've lost my cool many times and done things that I've regretted, said things that I probably shouldn't have said, because simply just having one drink too many. So maybe he just had one drink too many and decided to go on a rant when he shouldn't have. Maybe he's stressed out for something else. And you tend to take it out on your family most, right? And the Raiders are his family. We'll see. I ain't judging the dude right now. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's funny, dude, because look, ever since Al passed away, I support. I was super optimistic that Reggie was going to do his job. Plenty of concrete evidence of people going after me because I was such a hardcore Reggie supporter. People didn't take into account that he had to rebuild a whole front office, he had to do the whole organization. He was brought in to do it all. And I don't think he did great, but I don't think he did really bad. Mark decided that he wanted to push the narrative a little bit more, kind of stepped on his toes, to be honest with you, and he brought in Jack Del Rio. I thought Jack Del Rio did a good job 2016. By 2017, Jack Del Rio obviously lost the locker room a little bit. And Mark went after, had an opportunity to get the guy he wanted to get. I think that he prematurely gave up on Jack Del Rio. We could talk about whether or not that's right or wrong, but as the owner, he felt like he was making the right move. And for a lot of Raider Nation, we all felt that he was too. Some of the best times that I had in my age demographic, especially as a season ticket holder, was when John Gruden was the head coach here. So I wasn't 100% against it. I'm going to be honest. And that faded too, because in my opinion, John was doing a horrible job. He was trying to do too much. Mac, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate on that because to this day, I don't think it's very clear who was wearing the pants in that whole business relationship. I really don't. All I know is there was a lot of poor decisions made, a lot of checks written that we shouldn't have been written, and now we have to cash them. Littleton's still on our dead cap money. There's a lot of people that have come and gone, and that happens. Some of that is just regime change. There's nothing you could do about that personally, right? And then that was we were forced out of that situation. That low key could have been a blessing in disguise. Just saying, right? And now we're in this situation where we got Josh and everybody's acting like Mark's stupid. When Mark put his foot in and brought in Jack Del Rio, and then all the way up to this point where he's kind of taken a back seat. People keep asking him questions. Maybe he's talking too much on stuff he doesn't understand. But I think he's done an okay job. Is he great? No. Has he shown that he's learning? Yeah, in my opinion. I personally think right now that this regime has a lot to prove, but I think they've done a lot of good things. And one of the things that I think they're doing really well is instead of coming out and fighting a fight and really making this blow up bigger, dude, this thing could have just caught fire big time, just big time. They shut it down. They closed it. Hey, look, his social media is down. People are digging up and finding things, but the Raiders are not coming out. They're going to have to address the media tomorrow. We'll see what they could do up until that point. It might be one of those things where like, hey, it's a work in progress. We're not ready to comment on it. Deal with it. Right? But right now, they're all hush-hush. And to me, that's a favor to Chandler Jones. They're not demoralizing the man. They didn't even do it to DC or Waller either. And I know people want to speculate that there's moles that go and do that job for them. Nah, man. I don't know. Men, I'm a type of man I'm going to hold my own. If I have an opinion, I'll stick to my own opinion. I'm not going to spare in someone else's narrative. Custom Cali, thank you very much, bro. I'm just trying to just being me. I said I'm going to come back. I'm just going to be me. If I'm feeling a certain way, if I'm feeling positive, and I think that we're going to win 11 games and only lose 6, and we're going to be in the AFC Championship game, I'm going to say it. I'm not saying that, by the way, so please don't start tearing me up. I'm just using it as an example. I don't think we're there yet. I got to see more to see that. But what I am saying is I will say it if I feel it, and if I'm wrong, I will come up in here and own it. I'm not going to act like I never said it. or it never happened. Not. Right? Because at the end of the day, we're just having conversation. We're fans. We're having a conversation. I only want to go heavy on facts, or I will go heavy on something that in my heart I truly believe. And then I got to live with the result after that. Yeah. 8 is the minimum for me. All right. No, I don't think they want to move on from Chandler Jones. And let's be honest, some of that is because of the contract. Let's be real. They want to try to mend that relationship because it's a lot of money on the table. But this regime is not afraid to own their mistakes too. And I think that's why I say I respect them to a certain degree. Okay? Because they gave players contracts last year in good faith. But they didn't hold us as fans to that standard if they felt it wasn't going to produce the product that we all been screaming for 20 years. That's just the way that I view it, right? They could have just let the Waller thing die down, hold him hostage, right? They didn't do that. They knew it wasn't a fit. He was causing drama even the year before. It had nothing to do with McDaniels and his personality. That was an issue even before the contract. The DC thing was two-sided. And we're the ones, yeah, we have mud on our face, but at the end of the day, I respect everything that man brought for 9 years to this organization. But we were at a crossroad. It was either get rid of the coach or get rid of the quarterback. And we just weren't ready. It didn't make sense to get rid of the coach. And did DC get a bad shake from this organization, from this regime? No, he did not. Has he gotten a bad shake just through the 9 years of never having everything lined up? Yeah, but it wasn't for lack of effort. Even Del Rio, even Gruden, it wasn't lack of effort. They tried. They didn't get the job done, and that's unfortunate for him. And you know, supposedly the rumor is he's in a great spot. He's got it all. So cool. I'm not gonna hate it. But you know, if we were gonna change, ain't easy. I've said that a few times now in the course of the last month. Change is not easy. We all resent change. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with the change because it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it can make you feel a certain way. But once you get through it and you deal with the uncomfortableness and that awkwardness, eventually you're like, oh, no, wow, okay, this is better. And this could be one of those years. Look, if we went through all that last year and we didn't have any optimism whatsoever, I would be concerned. And I've said this 100 times too. There's a lot of teams that go through situations like this. Look, Bosa, Jones, Burns, all these guys are holding out. Those are all newsworthy things, right? But you're not going to get the same reaction out of those teams as you are the Raiders when Chandler Jones puts out a bunch of tweets. You're going to get social media explosion. You're going to have your video and your thoughts shared and buttons clicked and everybody's like, ah. That's why we're always in the crosshairs. And hey, if we truly want to take the next step forward as an organization, we need to take a step forward as a fan base too. And just be real. Sometimes we could talk about it, but just let it play out. There's no need to point fingers. I honestly feel like I've said enough. I really want to, because I'm just going to start repeating myself. Like, I think I made my point. I think Kuntz is going to be more effective in general. But right now, even if Kuntz would be more effective at linebacker, we're going to have to move him up if something happens to Jones. Yeah, I think Kuntz could have a breakout game. Let's just be real. This is a great opportunity for the young man if that's what's happening, right? We don't know yet. You'd be surprised. Chandler Jones is one of those dudes, and they do like him. They paid him a lot of money for a reason. You know, cooler heads prevail. They come in here, they talk it out, and maybe there's a fine that comes later just for the react. We'll see what all comes out or not, and you just move on. People fight all the time. Robert Pena, thank you. Hit that thumbs up. Let's go ahead and keep hitting up those likes, man. I had a really strong week last week, so I think everybody who watched, Robert, Dark, I don't want to forget anybody either. Fire Bro, Raider John, Callie, what is, oh my goodness, Nick 209. I don't, hey, all you, I don't, trust me, if I didn't see your names, because I can't see it. It's hard to remember when I don't see it. I'm doing it all by hearing the name through voiceover. But thank you all, man, for just all the support. I want to continue to grow and keep moving forward. So I really do appreciate all the love and help, guys. Thank you. That's it. All right. Peace out, brother. Back to work. I'm going to try something here real quick. And I'll explain to you what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this last. Let's go ahead and click this last one here and see what it does. That doesn't show up on my side. Let me check this over here. It looks like it might have. Okay, it looks like it did. So now let me try this real quick. Firebro Night. Let me see what else this says. AB flashback. Okay, so I went backwards on that one. Hold on. All right, so I'll let you guys in on what I'm doing here. Is I'm trying to click on the chat boxes to my right and bring them up and see if I could read them. What I bought this weekend. I couldn't help myself. I was on my Amazon account. All right, so we got Ray Gonzalez. Good content. Ray Gonzalez, thank you. Ray Gonzalez, drama will ever be known. See, I didn't read it right. So it said, I don't think the truth about all this Chandler drama will ever be known. Quite possible. I mean, you'd be surprised what comes out. I mean, if he doesn't stay on this team, I think a lot more will come out. If he stays on this team and they squash it, I think it'll be silent for a while. Let's see what's going on with Jones. Javier Garcia, we don't know. That's the whole conversation, is we don't know. It doesn't look good either way. There was obviously something that did happen. There was some drama that's floating out there, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it. But until more facts come out, I'm not going to sit there and blame Jones or blame. I mean, obviously some feelings got hurt. Something was triggered, and it wasn't because he couldn't get into the facility. I think this has been going on for a few weeks. It could be an injury. It could be depth chart issue. A lot of different things. But anyway, it looks like I might. Not 100%. Okay, so I got 24 likes, so keep hitting them if you're here. 24 likes. Let me see. I got 52. I could actually, what I did was I was on Amazon, and this monitor comes up. This computer monitor comes up on sale, 40% off. This thing is a 43-inch LG monitor, dude. It's huge. When it showed up to the door, everybody thought I bought a TV, and technically you can call it a TV, I guess. I was like, no, it's a monitor. And they said, are you going to put this in the studio to watch games? And I said, no, it's only 60 hertz. So it's not going to be good for games because it'll lag. So it was pretty hilarious. So Custom Cali Tools. So I'm actually reading these, man. It's that big. That's a cool gadget. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so it's not perfect. That's a cool gadget you got tonight. I hope it helps out. Yeah, I mean this screen is so huge. I use magnification on the computer, so I'm able to even make it bigger than that. So it's like taking up this whole screen. Let me see. Let me find out. We're trading for Bosa. Yeah, see, that's, yeah, I mean, is that a possibility? I guess anything is possible, but I mean, that's going to cost us I'm not against it. Like, I'll take Bosa in a heartbeat, but do we have enough? I know we got 10 million. I think it's going to be enough to land and pay a guy like Bosa what he's looking for. Hit the likes, y'all. Thank you, Custom Cali Tools 99. I appreciate you, brother. So it looks like this is going to work. Dark salute at Roland Dubs. Yeah, Roland Dubs has been a long time guy here too, man. Roland Dubs has been around for a minute. So all you guys, man, I appreciate all this. This is so awesome, dude. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm holding my giddiness back because I don't think I've ever been able to read anything on screen here. I'm actually reading comments. I mean, you know what? Let me show you guys real quick. I'll show you how I'm doing it real quick. I could actually show you because I got a bunch of new toys. Let me find my phone. Let me fire up this camera real quick. If it lets me. Do they take that option? FaceTime camera. Huh. I guess once I'm live, they're not letting me switch to it. I'm not going to give up yet. Hold on. Let's give this a shot. Can't believe it's not working all of a sudden. Let me see. Oh, let's see here. Elgato, FaceTime, Sony. Oh well. Let's try this. I can't believe nothing's happening. Anyways, next time I'll show you. I don't know why it's not letting me activate my iPhone. It always asks me just to click it and it'll bring it up. But nevertheless, it's cool. It's a 43-inch. Put it that way. If you have a 43-inch TV at home, I got that as a computer monitor, so it's pretty crazy. We got tragedy turned Trump. I see you, Dark. Nice, brother. Nice combo. Sounds like a dope monitor night. It is, man. It's 4K. It's big. I mean, I'm paying a pretty penny, but I can actually read your guys' name, and the voiceover will just butcher your guys' name and go so fast. I wouldn't be able to call you guys by your right name. So now I'm much better. I like this way better. Awesome, guys. All right. You know what, guys? I don't want to keep you guys too long. Like I said, this is actually going to help me make mods later. So maybe sometimes this week when John's on, even when I'm on with John, maybe me and John will go through and we'll grab some mods and I'll make some mods for the channel because the idea is to grow, right? And I'm going to need your guys' help. So if you're still here, hit that like button, that subscribe button, the notification bell. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I will be back tomorrow night. I've been making these for 8:30 just to make sure I get back from the gym and have enough time. But, man, I was sitting here for 15 minutes. Like, when should I start? So I'll try to do a better job with that. Tomorrow I should be on. I'm going to set it for 8:30 just to be safe. So by 8:30 I'll be here. But I appreciate you guys all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Till then, stay Raider strong. Night out.